大家好 Welcome to New Zealand Chinese Language Week. 我是马贝克，我来自哪儿？我在达尼丁出生的，然后在基督城长大，所以我算是新西兰的南岛人，新西兰的南蛮子。I started learning Chinese basically when I arrived in China in 2005 for the first time. So I'm showing my age a bit there. I was not long out of high school and I wanted to go to China and learn Kung Fu because I loved Kung Fu. This was before the days of social media. You couldn't just look up on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube and see vloggers in China talking about what it's like there. There was none of that. So I got a one-way ticket to Shenyang and I arrived and my mind was blown. It was the fastest growing city in the world and it was crazy and all that stuff. Nothing like I was expecting. Then I needed a job, so I got a job as an English teacher at a kindergarten, and within about 6 to 9 months, I was conversationally fluent. So if you ever have the opportunity to work as an English teacher at a kindergarten in China, that's a really good way to learn Chinese if you want to. I would sit in every day with the 3-year-old Chinese kids during their Chinese lessons, and it was great because the teachers, they demonstrate things very clearly and the tones were very clear. So yeah, I learned it pretty quick. That's how I got started. The best thing about learning Chinese, one cool thing when you can read it is you can decipher the restaurant menus. That's great. It's a good way to show off to your other foreign mates as well. But ultimately, the best thing about learning Chinese is connecting with Chinese people. Just there's a really good Chinese saying, 多一个朋友多一条路, which means basically a new friend is a new road, or a new friend is a new opportunity, or a new possibility, whatever. I really like that saying, and that served me well in China. The amount of opportunities that have come to me from just connecting with Chinese people and showing a genuine interest in the language and the people and the history and the culture and all of that stuff. Yeah, opportunities, absolutely. Connecting with people. 关系. So opportunities gained for me, the first big one was when I entered the 2009 汉语桥国际大学生中文比赛. So the 2009 Chinese Bridge competition. So foreign university students who are learning Chinese, they enter this thing, and then the finalists go to China, and it eventually becomes 30 people, a live broadcast reality TV show where you battle it out on stage and you're giving speeches and debating and, doing performing arts and stuff like that. So I won a first prize out of that and a 3-year scholarship. That was really cool. I studied in Beijing. I studied political science in Chinese. And I also got a really good opportunity to be a TV show host for a travel show for China's bullet train network. So that was pretty cool. To any Kiwis thinking of learning Chinese, I would say absolutely do it. It's an important language in Asia and Australasia and pretty much the whole world. Do it. There's a lot of opportunities for people who can speak Chinese in New Zealand and anywhere else. So yeah, absolutely do it. One little thing I would say is when you're learning Chinese, don't forget your passions and interests and actually pursue those in a Chinese language environment. So find other Chinese people who have the same interests and hobbies as you. That way, learning Chinese will actually be fun and feel like fun and play instead of boring study. So you'll learn Chinese better, and you never know the opportunities that can be presented to you. If you have a specific goal with Chinese, or with learning Chinese, it's like I want to learn Chinese so I can do that job, and that job is completely unrelated to my hobby. Still pursue your hobby because you never know. There could always be connections there, and there's all sorts of things can happen. So follow your passions and hobbies for sure. Favorite Chinese expressions. There are many good ones. A really good one is 己所不欲,勿施于人, which is from Confucius, the Analects of Confucius. And it's basically the golden rule. Basically, do unto others as you want done unto you. That's a great rule. But other ones, as a Kiwi, I think I was always looking for like equivalent Kiwi slang things in Chinese. So, in New Zealand we say like she'll be right. And in Chinese, depending on the situation, there are a couple of things you could say. One is 差不多. It's like pretty much, good enough, like almost. 差不多. And another one is 凑合,还凑合吧. So it's like 凑合 means kind of passable, acceptable. That's good enough. It's passable. 还凑合吧. So I like those ones. Yeah.